Hello everyone, this is Edwin Ghostbusters and Lego Movie Fan 2003, and today I'm going to review on X-Men 97. Came out the year 2024 all the way through the present. So base what the plot is. In the beginning of the show, the bad guys kidnapped a young mutant kid named Roberto. They take Roberto to the warehouse. But then the X-Men team shows up and they take down the bad guys and save Roberto. At the X-Mansion, Roberto woke up and he meets the X-Men team. Then Jean Grey is pregnant and she is having a baby. She tells Cyclops about leaving the X-Men team to raise their son in safety. But suddenly someone breaks into Professor X's office and the X-Men team rushed into the office and they meet up their former enemy Magneto. Magneto reveals that Xavier gave him control of the X-Men and Xavier's school for mutants in his last will and testament. But then UN forces an attempt to arrest Magneto for his past terrorism. Magneto agrees to surrender and face trial to prove himself. At the trial, Magneto tells everyone his speech. But however the bad guy shows up and the leader person is about to shoot Magneto with his depowering blaster, but Storm came and saves Magneto. She got shot and lose her powers. Meanwhile at the X-Mansion, Jean tells Wolverine that her baby is coming. Wolverine goes to the car and takes Jean to the hospital. Cyclops and Rogue came to the hospital, and then Jean gives birth to a son. Jean and Cyclops named their son Nathan. Later the X-Men team are having a conversations and then they hear a doorbell. Morph opens the door and the X-Men team is surprised by the sudden arrival of a woman who looks identical to Jean. Beast determines that the Jean look-alike is actually the real Jean Grey. Then the villainous Mr. Sinister contacts the other Jean and revealing her to be a clone he created to gain access to her and Cyclops' DNA. Mr. Sinister takes control of her mind and she takes her son to Mr. Sinister. Cyclops and the X-Men team goes to Mr. Sinister's lair to save Jean and Cyclops' son. Jean confronts her clone by using it telepathically and uses their shared memories to free her from Mr. Sinister's control. The clone Jean and Cyclops save Nathan, who is left gravely ill virus, while Sinister escapes. Later, the clone Jean gives Nathan to Bishop so he can try to find a cure for the virus in the future. And then later on in the show, we meet another villain named Bastion. He team up with Mr. Sinister and he had an army of Sentinels robots. His plan is to taking over the world. So it's up to the X-Men team to defeat the villains and save the day. And that's basically what the plot is. What did I think about this show? This show is freaking awesome. And this is the best Disney Plus show. Let's talk about the story and the characters. The story is awesome. The animation is incredible. The action scene is really cool. Cyclops, he is really fantastic in this show. Logan aka Wolverine, he is awesome in this show. Jean Grey, she is really great in this show. Storm, she is cool in this show. Beast, he is amazing in this show. Roberto, he is a great character. Jubilee, she is pretty cool in this show. Gambit, he is incredible in this show, and I feel sad that Gambit died when he sacrificed himself. Yep, spoiler alert, he died in the 5th episode. Rogue, she is great in this show. Morph, he is a fantastic character and he is my favorite character in this show. Nightcrawler, he is really cool in this show. Bishop, he is really cool as well. Cable, he is really incredible in this show. Magneto, he is really good in this show. Professor X, he is really great in this show. And Bastion and Mr. Sinister, they're really incredible villains in this show. Let's talk about my favorite episodes. My first favorite episode is where Jubilee and Roberto got teleport in a video game world. That is a really awesome episode. My second favorite episode is the 3-part episode, where the X-Men team are battling all the human Sentinel. And also we saw every Marvel character's cameo that we saw: Captain America, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Daredevil and of course my favorite Marvel character of all time, Spider-Man. That is a really incredible 3-part episode. And the ending scene of this show where the X-Men team got separated. Rogue, Nightcrawler, Beast, Professor X and Magneto are at ancient Egypt and Jean and Cyclops are in the future and they saw their son but as a kid. That ending was crazy and I can't wait for season 2 of this show. So anyway, do I have any negative about this show? Nope, no negative. Overall I give this show a 10 out of 10. It's an awesome show. And that's my review on X-Men 97.